Legal analysis of Muhammad Aslam vs. Government of Punjab. Case summary. The case of Muhammad Aslam vs. Government of Punjab involved a legal challenge against the government's decision to ban a specific type of music. The plaintiff, Muhammad Aslam, argued that the ban infringed upon his fundamental rights, particularly his right to freedom of expression. The Lahore High Court ultimately ruled in favor of the plaintiff, declaring the music ban unconstitutional. Key legal issues: freedom of expression. The primary legal issue in this case was the extent to which the government can restrict freedom of expression. The Constitution of Pakistan guarantees the right to freedom of expression, subject to reasonable restrictions imposed by law in the interest of public order, decency or morality, proportionality, and necessity. The court would have had to assess whether the government's decision to ban the music was proportionate to the stated objective and necessary to achieve it. A ban on music would be considered proportionate only if it was the least restrictive means of achieving the government's goal. Vagueness and overbreadth. The court would also have examined whether the ban was sufficiently clear and specific to avoid arbitrary application. A vague or overbroad ban could be struck down as unconstitutional. Potential grounds for the court's ruling. Based on the outcome of the case, the Lahore High Court likely found one or more of the following: lack of justified restriction. The government may have failed to provide a compelling reason for the ban, or the reasons given may not have been considered sufficient to justify a restriction on freedom of expression. Violation of proportionality. The court may have determined that the ban was not proportionate to the stated objective, meaning that there were less restrictive means available to achieve the same goal. Vagueness or overbreadth. The ban may have been found to be too vague or overly broad, allowing for arbitrary application and potentially infringing on protected expression. Implications of the judgment. The court's decision in Muhammad Aslam versus Government of Punjab has significant implications for freedom of expression in Pakistan. It reinforces the principle that the government cannot arbitrarily restrict fundamental rights, and it sets a precedent for challenging overly broad or unjustified restrictions on creative expression. This judgment could have a positive impact on artists, musicians, and other individuals who rely on freedom of expression for their work. Note: to provide a more comprehensive and in-depth analysis, it would be helpful to have access to the specific details of the case, including the reasons given by the government for the ban and the arguments presented by the plaintiff.